Let's talk about CITLALI'. The new 5-star Cryo character in version 5.3 is already getting a lot of attention from beta testers for her shield resistance, shred and cryo support. In this video I'll break down her kit, her strength and how she can fit into your teams. Is she worth our primo gems? Let's find out. First off, CITLALI' is a shielder, but she's not just about defense. Her kit is packed with unique mechanics that make her a lot more than just Cryo Diana or Layla. She scales heavily off elemental mastery, so this stat is going to be a big deal for her. Unlike most shielders who lean into HP or deft, her shield strength and damage both depend on her elemental mastery. This opens up some interesting build option and team strategies. Her elemental skill generates a shield that lasts for 20 seconds, which is longer than most shields in game. This shield also absorbs cryo damage more efficiently, which could in handy against enemies in her home region if Natlan, where elemental attacks seem to play a bigger role. But the skill doesn't stop there. It also deals cryo damage and summon a puppet. Now this puppet is where things get cool. The puppet works in her Night Soul's Blessings, a mechanic unique to her. It starts with 24 Night Soul points and can go up to 100 if it is more than 50 points. The puppet deals off-field cryo damage every second and apply cryo every 2 seconds. It's kind of like having an extra teammate that's always chipping away at enemies, but to keep it active you'll need to manage Night Soul points, as the puppet consumes 8 points per second. This adds a layer of strategy to her playstyle, making her kit both engaging and effective. Her elemental burst is another highlight. It unleashes a ice storm that deals AoE cryo damage while restoring 24 Night Soul points. This means that combining her skill and burst can quickly build enough Night Soul points to activate her puppet. The burst also summons Spirit Vessel, which target enemies and explodes for additional cryo damage. This mechanics make her burst not just a big nuke, but also a tool for setting up reaction and keeping her puppet active. Speaking of reactions, CITLALI' passive abilities are all about making her a team player. When you trigger freeze or melt reactions, she reduces enemies' Pyro Hydro resistance not 20% for 12 seconds. This is a huge deal if you're running Pyro or Hydro DPS characters like Mavika Molani or Farina. She also restores Night Soul points every time these reactions are triggered, keeping her puppet in the fields longer. On top of that, her off-field cryo damage scales 90% of her elemental mastery, and her burst initial ice storm damage scales with whooping 1200% of her elemental mastery. These numbers are enough to show how much potential she has as both support and damage dealer. Her exploration mechanics is not the flashiest part, but it helps in mobility and resource gathering. Now about her weapon. Her signature weapon seems like a perfect fit for her. It provides 542 basic attack, 264 elemental mastery and additional 100 elemental mastery through passive. On top of it, boosts the active character damage by 28% for 15 seconds everything a shield is generated. It is clearly designed to maximize her team utility, but for those who don't want to pull or no have enough primo gems, options like Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayer can also work. CITLALI'S shield is stronger than many characters but doesn't match Zhongli. She does come with some limitations. Her cryo application could disrupt teams focused on vaporize or other reactions. Overall, CITLALI' is a fantastic addition to the game. So what do you think of CITLALI'? Are excited to pull for her? Let me know in the comments.